is a specific high that comes with a product launch. The team works late, the code ships, and everyone celebrates. But then the dust settles. The performance review arrives, and executives ask the only question that matters. What did that code actually do? It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that writing code and shipping new features is the finish line. When you work in a system that constantly demands new updates, the sheer volume of output feels like a measure of your effectiveness. But at companies like Amazon, Google, or Meta, nobody gets promoted just for pushing code live. Leadership looks past the launch party. They judge your performance entirely on measurable outcomes. This diagram shows the strict divide between an output and an outcome. An output is just the feature you launched, a new button or a redesigned menu. An outcome is a specific, measurable change in how your customers behave because that feature exists. If you authorize a massive engineering effort without knowing exactly which number it is supposed to drive up or down, that code is essentially a waste of server space. The health of a tech company is often tracked by a North Star metric. This is the single massive number that represents the core value users get from the product, like total daily active users or global annual revenue. A single new button or search filter is almost never going to create a visible dent in that massive global number on its own. You need a proxy, a smaller, hyper-specific metric that acts as a stepping stone toward that larger goal. This diagram shows the AARR funnel: acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. The top stages isolate fresh traffic, like measuring how many first-time visitors create an account. The bottom stages track loyalty and monetization, keeping existing customers from canceling to secure revenue. To know if a feature actually works, it needs to be assigned to one and only one of these specific stages before a single line of code is written. Let's say you manage a video streaming app. You want users to invite their friends, so you add a massive Share to Social Media button right in the middle of the video player to intentionally boost your referral metric. You also have to define a counter metric. This is a secondary number you watch to ensure your new idea does not inadvertently cannibalize an existing, more valuable behavior. This chart shows exactly what happens when a team forgets to watch for side effects. The green line shows referrals. It spikes up because people are clicking the new button. But the red line is total watch time. It crashes because that giant new share button is interrupting the viewing experience and making users close the app entirely. Hitting your primary goal means nothing if you destroy the core user experience in the process. A common trap is tracking total cumulative numbers, like all-time registered users. That number always goes up. To make actual decisions, you have to break users down into cohorts based on when they joined or where they live, allowing you to see if a specific feature actually changed their behavior over time. You also have to separate what users say they want from what they actually do. A polished survey might tell you users desperately want a complex new organizational tool, but the raw server logs will show you they never click on it once it's built. Measuring total volume or relying entirely on surveys creates vanity data. It makes the team feel good, but hard, observed cohort data is the only thing that reveals the truth about your product. These rules become even critical when managing artificial intelligence products. In the AI space, simply tracking clicks or signups does not tell you if the underlying model is actually doing its job. This scatter plot visualizes the core tension of a large language model. You can engineer a model to be hyper-accurate, but it will take much longer to generate a response. Or you can make it incredibly fast, but the risk of factual errors skyrockets. You cannot have perfect speed and perfect accuracy at the same time. The product manager must look at this curve and decide the exact latency threshold users will tolerate for a reliable answer, long before engineers train the model. The blueprint for a tight product requirement comes down to 3 strict rules. Define exactly one primary metric you want to improve, identify the counter metric you refuse to hurt, and establish the exact numerical threshold that defines a win. Writing code is expensive. True product management is doing the rigorous math to define what success looks like, ensuring that when the launch party is over, you actually...
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.